I have PTSD from the custard.
Welcome to Roots Food Talks, the podcast where we dive into the unique stories of food from mixed heritage backgrounds. I'm your host, Dixie, and each episode I'll talk to guests about how they connect to their cultural identities through food. Food is a powerful way to bridge worlds, whether it's through tradition, nostalgia, new discoveries, or necessity. Being mixed, we have our own unique journey with food. And no matter what that looks like, it's something to be celebrated. If you enjoy this podcast, please make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a review. Your support helps us grow and connect more people to the stories that make food so powerful. Thanks for listening. Hello and welcome. Today, I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce Yuri to the podcast.
Hi.
She describes herself as a mystic, model, designer, visionary, and entrepreneur. And she truly embodies all of those things. I've had the pleasure of knowing Yuri for many years, long before becoming an award-winning designer with her fashion brand Hanger and her appearance on Netflix. Now she moves effortlessly between the worlds of fashion, creative direction, spiritual wellness, and business coaching. She is one of the most inspiring and fabulous people I know, and I can't wait to dive into a conversation with her, especially about food.
Oh la la. Thank
Hello,
you so much.
Yuri. Hello.
Sexy, cute intro.
Hello. How are you?
I'm very well, darling.
Thank you
How
for
are you?
coming.
Thank you for having me.
So, as you know, this podcast is all about food.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously.
What else would we be talking
It's always
about?
food. And it's based on food and mixed heritage and the influences in your life. And so let's begin with, what is your mixed heritage?
Yes, that's a good place to begin.
Do you know it?
I do. She's Blasian. Jamaican, Japanese.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. And okay, so Jamaican and Japanese. And so where did you grow up?
I grew up here, right, in North London until an age. I'm not really quite sure what age.
Okay.
Maybe it was around 10.
Okay.
Maybe it was earlier, maybe it was after. But around that time, I left and we moved to Cambridge.
Okay.
Near Cambridge. So I kind of am like city child, country teen. And then I moved back to London as soon as feasible, you know? So when I was maybe like 17.
And how was Cambridge?
Well, actually, I'll tell you, when I moved there for the first time, my parents moved me there very suddenly. They didn't tell me we were moving. Yeah, and honestly, no, it's highly traumatic. They were just like, "Yalla, we're going."
Wow.
So I was, and my dad was like, "Yeah, the van is packed." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He was like, "We're moving house now. Get in the van." Right? Like a kidnapper. So we went to Cambridge there, and I drove there and I just cried all the way. And then we got there and we were in, because actually it's a small village where we moved to, which is actually really cute. Like, I like visiting there now because it's beautiful. There's a river, everything's cute. But when I moved there, I was like, there's only old white people here. So what's going on with that? What are we doing here?
Wow.
Who am I going to hang out with? I'm stressed.
Wow.
Yeah, it was very stressful.
Okay, so you left Cambridge and came to London when you were...
When I was like 17 to study.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
This is
So-
where it gets...
Yeah, exactly. That's where the stuff happened. Well, to be honest, when I was a teenager in the countryside, it was actually kind of fun because we were just drinking a lot.
There's nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing else to do. What are you going to do? We're just hanging out in fields. We literally just hung out in fields, drove around in cars. And I was an extreme goth back then.
Okay.
Like a Victorian goth.
Oh my God, cool.
Yeah. So I just wore corsets.
Not dissimilar
It's
to now.
She hasn't changed.
No.
Guys, she hasn't changed. Yeah. But I wore more corsets and purple lip. I'm still wearing purple lipstick.
You've gone for
I'm doing the same.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because when you're like 13, 14, that's basically like the peak and ideal version of yourself, that you'll lose yourself on the in-between and then you'll always come back to her. If you get lost, you might just stay consistent.
No, 100%.
Yeah,
I'm back.
but she's the one.
I'm wearing buffalo shoes again. I'm
Straight
definitely
up.
back there.
She's the dream.
Yeah.
If you're ever lost, go
Yeah.
back to 13-year-old me. What was I looking at? What was I feeling?
Totally.
That's the vision.
And then you studied fashion?
Yeah, obviously. I studied fashion, did my foundation, then I went to do my BA. at a university that I shan't mention because I hate.
Okay, great. Well, let's keep them out of this.
They
then.
don't deserve anything from me.
No. Were you making clothes before that?
Yeah.
Were you always making
Forever,
clothes?
always, yeah.
So, okay. Do you remember what year you started your fashion brand? Hanger?
Yeah, 2013, because I had graduated in 2012. I got a job as a machinist straight away because I'm, very good.
Machinist. That sounds like
I'm doing some intense work.
Yeah.
No, I was sewing really, really expensive lingerie.
Okay.
With a bondage aesthetic.
I remember, yes.
Yeah. Hot stuff.
You were doing latex? No.
No, because I started doing latex once I launched the brand.
That was it, yeah.
And then I went and worked for the brand and she taught me how to do everything.
That's it.
Yeah, so I kind of developed them at the same time. Yeah. I love her. Her name is Lady Lucy Latex.
Lucy Latex, yes.
Love.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. And then, so a quick rundown. So Hanger was really, really freaking successful.
Thank you.
And then you went, this is a very, brief chronology.
We must do whistle stop, otherwise
and then
my biopic is too intense.
And then you went to Netflix, right?
Yes. So I did that, filmed that 2019, because my dad passed in 2018. October. It's actually his birthday today. Happy birthday to my father. Fitzroy Paul Davis.
My goodness. Respect.
I love you. I'm going to have a drink for him later. So then I did the show. It was like the May in 2019. I went to LA and I filmed the show.
Okay.
And then, because I'd kind of been wanting to close the brand for a bit. Then I did the show and I was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like to not have to be in the studio and run a business. I'll have a bit more of this. Thank you. I'm into it. The show was a whole thing, unto itself, but it gave me a nice breathing space, where I didn't actually have to be working all the time.
Because a business is hard.
Oh my God.
And you got a lot of pressure.
I had a team, I had all of this stuff. It was so much responsibility. I was like, I need to be free.
And you were young, right?
Yeah.
You still are young.
Thanks. Filmed the show when I was 29.
So you went and did the show called Next in Fashion.
Yes, I did.
And then what happened after that? You came home
I came home and was like, you know what? Burn everything down, basically. Let's close everything. I'm sick of it. I need a rest. And also I was over just being, the designer. I needed to be free. And then pandemic happened. So I was like, thank God.
It was a sign.
It was a sign. I did one last collection for the fans.
Sure.
I didn't want to leave them high and dry. I was like, look, here's a sexy offering. I'm going to make you one last thing. Then I'm going to move to Ibiza, babe.
Yes, you did. Yeah. That looked beautiful.
Love you and leave you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great.
Well done. and now you're here. You're in London. And I find you really inspirational. You're from someone who's sort of learning about spirituality and such like, you are really inspirational.
Thank you. I don't really know how. People say that to me all the time. And I'm like, I don't really know how, because I'm very mysterious also.
But that's the thing. I think that's it. You're very intuitive.
Yeah, everyone's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, sometimes I don't know.
You're just doing.
Sometimes I'm doing 10,000 things. Everyone's like, I see you doing stuff. It's just selfies of me that people see, but just in new fabulous locations.
I don't know.
I only do what I really want to do.
Exactly.
And nothing else.
But also
ruthlessly.
You're like a big tarot reader.
Yes. I think what I've gleaned from what they say, right, is that they're really inspired that I could go from a career for so long in fashion and then just be like, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. Now I'm a tarot reader.
Yeah.
And just do something completely different, but also do it very well. I'm one of the best readers I know.
I 100% agree. You're exactly. And I think that's admirable because lots of people are too scared to change what they believe is their identity.
Yeah, but it's important.
It's important
to be like, you know what? I'm not doing that anymore. Like one of my other friends, she's wonderful. Her name's Shirley. She is, a stylist. That's how we know each other through fashion. And she was like, look, I saw that you'd become a tarot reader. And I thought, if Yuri can be a tarot reader, I'm going to be a painter.
Yeah.
And now she's an amazing painter.
See? Inspirational. That's what I'm saying. Let's get on to the food.
Yes.
So my first question, I guess, is who was the main cook?
My dad.
So your dad was Jamaican and your mum's Japanese. So your dad was the main cook.
My dad was the cook. He learned to cook from his mum, who was an iconic cook. And he taught me how to cook. My mum is not.
Okay.
I I'm still teaching her sometimes.
Okay. Okay. So did your dad grow up in Jamaica then?
No, he was the first of his siblings to be born here.
Okay.
So he had 4 older siblings in Jamaica. He was the first one here. So I think he had a lot of time with his mum in the house.
Sure.
That's why she taught him how to cook. So well, at least.
So what kind of food were you eating growing up?
Curry.
Okay.
A lot of curry.
Okay.
Or joints of meat.
Okay.
In their own delicious sauce with very spare amounts of vegetables, like a couple of carrots. My dad wasn't that bothered about vegetables.
Okay.
It was about meat. And we always had rice, obviously, because Jamaican and Japanese, it's giving rice.
Big rice family.
Big rice. Always rice. What else is there?
Rice is delicious.
Yeah, we're not eating breads.
Okay.
I mean, I'd eat bread if I needed to make myself a sandwich and I'd put jam between 2 pieces of white bread and squish it.
Great. Delicious.
Love.
Okay.
But for meals, it's rice and it's some sort of meat.
So it was very much Jamaican cooking. Yeah. So you ate a lot of Jamaican food.
Pretty much.
And your dad's style of cooking was?
I would say that my dad's style of cooking was Jamaican with like a sprinkling of medieval fare. You know what I mean?
No. What does that mean?
So medieval fare for me is that it's giving like a big joint, right? Dripping. There's dripping. He liked a kind of like suet dumpling energy. It's giving like a dark sauce, right? With a layer of oil on top.
I love this.
You know what I mean?
Great. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you actually meant something physical, like a sprinkle of like some sort of seasoning.
No,
right.
I could see this on a medieval table.
So
a Tudor banquet.
What you're saying is that your dad, who's Jamaican heritage, a lot of his food was very much Jamaican, but it sounds also very British as well.
Yeah. So like historic.
Yeah, but like yeah, that's great. So he grew up in London. In which part? Like, was he in?
He was born in Mile End.
Oh, so he's East Londoner.
Yeah, but then Hornsey.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. How delicious, though.
That was tasty.
And then, so how did that compare to the food that your friends were eating?
The foods that my friends were eating. Okay, so when I was young, it was different because I was in London, right? So we all ate interesting food, right? But when I moved to the countryside and I went to private school, I went to a few different private schools for short stints. So I had some friends that were like ballers, but like old money, right?
Right.
So the food is boring. Oh my God.
What would you call boring food?
Like plain chicken.
Plain chicken.
And I'm like, you lot have pea, right? You can't afford seasonings. What's going on in here? Why is it so boring? And they do stuff like, be like, oh, darling, would you like a glass of milk? No. Maybe, would I like a glass of milk? No. Is that a Victorian beverage? No.
That chicken probably had, its own bedroom though.
Yeah.
It's had a very nice life.
Yeah. It was just really boring. And then when I was in like high school, I would, my mum would make me food to bring in a lot of the time because they just have pizza, it's England. So the canteen is rotten. It's like pizza, like bready things. And I'm like, what is this?
That's why I loved it. I was just like, nothing that we had.
They had this thing like turkey twisters. Did you have those? This was
a universal thing. I don't remember turkey twizzlers at all in my school, but no,
it's a horror story because it's some sort of like extruded turkey into a spiral.
Extruded turkey,
God, who should be eating that? But my mum used to make me, Japchae noodles.
Yes, the Korean dish, delicious.
Yeah, she made those really well. I should remind her of that so she can start making them again.
So she does cook and she can cook.
Particular things she can do. And she did that.
Excellent.
Yeah. So I used to bring that and everyone would be like, what have you got to eat? And because they look like jellyfish noodles.
Yes, because they're made, I actually know, they're made of sweet potato glass noodles.
Yeah.
And
amazing. Visually great.
They're not flat noodles, they're thick. They're not they're medium
Medium,
thickness,
round, delicious.
and it sort of use up things in the cupboard, sort of.
Exactly. That's the energy.
Delicious.
Delicious. Everybody like, oh my God, what have you got? And I'm like, it's way better than yours, mate.
That's so
I feel
great.
sorry for you.
Did you request packed lunches?
I don't know. I don't think so. I did have to have lunches when I was at private school in Cambridge because it was Victorian. I have PTSD from the custard.
Was there a skin on this custard?
And it was like, in those silver bowls, right? That are like, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, silver bowl.
Yeah.
Well, not
like
silver.
Victorian, like, it's,
Stainless
oxidized.
steel.
Yeah, and it's got this pool of custard in it that's got the worst consistency. It's making me feel sick talking about it.
Okay, well, let's just leave that there then. Okay, so I have this thing I think I have when I was a kid is that I'd probably be like quite embarrassed about the food that my family ate. You didn't have any of those feelings? You enjoyed your packed lunch and everyone was kind and...
Even if I did at the beginning, I would have gotten over it very quickly, because it was better than the other stuff. I don't remember being like, oh no, don't look at my food. I was like, I was probably thinking, it actually wasn't a dish that smelled a lot. Normally when you have alternative foods, the smell is the thing that is like, you're a bit stressed out by. Because everyone's going to be like, oh my God, what is that? But Japchae noodles and stuff like that, it's not that intense.
No.
And people will be like, oh my God, what's that? And I'm like, you can try it if you want. And everyone will be like, oh my God, it's so tasty. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, and also I'm used to being the odd one out in every respect.
Yeah.
So just having a new lunch, I was like, babe, you know that everything that I have is probably going to be better than yours. Right. So you can try it if you want. But at the end of the day, it's my lunch. So you can look and just be envious.
God, I wish I had you next to me at school. That sounds great. It's not like that. Okay, so did you ever visit the countries that your parents from? So did you ever visit Japan? Did you ever visit Jamaica when you were growing up? And do you have any food memories from those visits?
Okay, so when I was a kid, we never visited Jamaica, but we would visit Japan.
Okay.
Quite often, especially when we were small. What I remember a lot from the food in Japan was we'd have a lot of melon with these cute little forks that I love because we'd always go and it'd be really hot. So we'd eat a lot of melon, which is my favorite fruit. And then for noodles, we would have like cold noodles. I can't remember the name of it right now, but you would basically, you'd make your noodles, but you would put ice in it and then have the broth, cool the broth, obviously, and have it like that, where we would like slices of tomato. So it's like a very fresh ramen dish.
God, that sounds delicious.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was my favorite.
That sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
So where in Japan are we talking?
So my family is from the north, which is called Yamagata Prefecture, and we're from a small port town called Sakata. And it's like the town is not a very interesting town. Sorry, Sakata. It's not the most thrilling place. And my mum's not a huge foodie, right?
Sure.
So she didn't take me to all of the super foodie spots, If I'd been traveling with my dad, it would have been a different story because we are the foodies, so we'd been seeking out the foodie places.
I mean, it sounds like the food over there would be pretty exciting anyway, no matter whether you're searching for it or not, that delicious broth.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Even the cheap food in Japan is tasty.
Can you give me some examples?
Okay, so you can get there's lots of something don, right? Which just means that it's rice in a bowl with something on top, right? So it might be slices of beef with an egg or the minced beef with an egg cracked on top. Come on, delicious, right? All of those dishes are basically a $5.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's quick. Also ramen, same. Obviously you have some different standards, but you can get a cheap version, or that's just how it is. It just is cheap, just udon, whatever, soba noodle, because it's basic food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's not that complex. Couple of toppings. You order it from the vending machine and you can add as many toppings as you want.
That's vending machine food.
Yeah. So you go into the shop.
That's so
Not
cool.
all of them. Sometimes you get there and there's a counter and someone will take your order, or a lot of ramen spots you You come in, there's a vending thing, right? You'll choose what ramen, what toppings you want, gives you a ticket, then you go to the bar and you give them the ticket. So like, hi, irashimasen, you sit down, and then they bring it. Easy peasy.
Sounds like a dream.
It's great.
That sounds great.
Yeah. It's like the fast food over here sucks. Like Asia's just elite in so many ways.
Asia is very well versed on street food. Like that's where street food comes from.
They just know how to eat good.
Yeah.
And like all the time for all budgets. Because they've figured out how to make things still tasty and still affordable. Not be like, oh, I need to get a cheese and pickle sarnie. Do you mean?
Yeah, this country's a bit war foodie.
It's giving, post-war rations in 2025.
Massively. I
Come
mean,
on.
Yeah, but we love a tin. I mean, I love a tin with certain things. So my next question, do you feel a connection to either to Japan or to Jamaica?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think that they increase and decrease at different times.
Sure.
You know? Yeah, because we're always in flux, do you know what I mean? Like, when I go to Jamaica, then I'll be like, cool, great, I'm Jamaican now and I'm just going to live here. And then I'll probably leave again and I'll go to Japan. I'll be like, great, I'm Japanese now, I live here. Even like with the stuff that I cook, sometimes I'm cooking just Jamaican style. And sometimes I'm just doing Asian energy.
Okay, so what kind of food do you like to cook at home?
I always cook curry.
You always cook curry?
I would cook like a curry or some sort of rundown situation.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't really like dry things. I like things with sauce or a broth or a soup. Very
Jamaican and Japanese.
Yeah. And they're basically the same dish with different levels of water.
And
do you know what I mean? Yeah, and the cooking times, right? But it's just kind of...
So do you have specific recipes for each?
No, I just whack stuff in. Okay. You know, I cook with the ancestors. So I'll be like, right, you lot, what we doing? And then they'll be like, okay, bit more of this, bit more of that. Cool. You know, just cook intuitively. It's like I can't do dance moves, right? I can't follow a recipe. If you tell me do this, that, and that, it's going to spin me out. I need to know there's some things, it's like ready, steady, cook, right? I need some things on the table. Then I'll be like, right, we're going to do this with that, right? And if I know generally what spices, I'll shake it and then I'll feel that's enough, all right? Just a tiny bit, you know? I just do that.
I agree, me too.
Yeah.
I find following a recipe can slow you down sometimes, can't it?
Yeah, and the times I followed a recipe, I'm like, this sucks. I'm sorry, but I've never made a dish so unflavorful. What is this? You know? So I only actually really follow a recipe if I bake, and that's why I never bake.
But look, you can't be good at everything, can you?
No.
That's the thing. Do you have a dish that represents your childhood?
Okay, so I actually have like a false one because I thought about that before. And what comes to mind is an inari pocket, which is tofu. Do you know it? It's like a sweet tofu that they cut and it becomes a pocket that you can stuff.
Sweet tofu.
Into. Yeah.
So explain to me what sweet tofu is.
So it's like thin, like a long pocket or like these little pockets of tofu that have been like marinated in something delicious that gives it sweetness.
Like?
It's probably like mirin and sugar.
Okay.
That kind of energy.
Okay.
So you can have it like that on noodles or you can open the pocket and stuff food in there.
So what are you stuffing in there?
Rice.
Okay.
Mainly rice.
Okay.
And you can like mash the rice up with stuff. It's great for leftover stuff, right? So if you've got some leftover salmon, mash that together, stuff it in the pocket, put some furikake. Furikake is like, you know?
Yes.
The rice topping.
The rice topping.
Bits of sesame, seaweed, energy, sprinkle that on top. There you go. That's the ultimate snack. And so you would have that sometimes as a kid, but actually I ate that more as an adult to make me feel like a kid. So it's kind of like a childhood memory / faux childhood memory.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's got childish energy.
Yes.
To the snack.
It reminds you of once upon a time.
Yeah.
But you eat it more now.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I actually ate it more as an adult than I did as a kid.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
So that represents your childhood. So, and then you've got your curries.
Yes.
What was your dad's best dish, would you say?
Oh, okay. So he used to make a very good chicken curry, and the way that I would eat it is I would mix the rice and the curry together. And sometimes we would put some vegetables. Maybe we'd have some peas and a little bit of carrots, whatever. I'd mix it all together and then flatten everything out on the plate to make it a pizza, right? Curry pizza. And then I would, like chop it into slices and eat it in little segments, like scoop the little segments on like a fork. And I loved that ritual. And when you play with your food, it becomes more delicious. And then you get like everything is so evenly mixed. You're never going to have a mouthful with, oh no, it's not enough sauce. Everything's perfectly sauced.
Sure. So if you are going to pick, what's a must have from Japanese cooking, from Japanese food and Jamaican food, or must tries from both cultures? Because we all know we come to the ramens, we come to the jerk chickens, the chicken curries, which is fine. And if that's what you're going to say, that's great. But I'm just wondering, what's your, I don't know, what's a must?
Okay, so I had this thing in Jamaica last year that some guy was cooking in a barrel. And I think it was whelks and rice all in a steam wrap thing. It was just this guy on the side of the road, very grumpy man, very delicious.
Were they barbecued?
Yeah, but it was kind of like barbecued broil energy because it was like, it was in a barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you lift it and you had them all in there and it was fantastic. So I don't know what that is, but whatever that is, because people always get scared of what's a whelk thing and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, baby, it's delicious. Just eat it. Right? They're big creatures from the sea. Get it. Right?
Agreed.
So that one, yum. From Japanese fare, the only thing that I can really say that I love from the Japanese roster is miso. Because miso is applicable in so many other cuisines. Like if you can incorporate into baking very well. Pasta, I make my pasta sauce. Also when I'm doing like Italian style, I'll put miso in there. Right? Miso just goes into everything so well. Do you know what I mean? I haven't tried it in a beverage yet, but I'm sure that there's someone who's going to make it for me.
I 100% agree with you. I use miso on everything.
Yeah.
I quite often, as a light lunch, quite often I'll just boil a vegetable in some miso.
Yeah.
And just have that.
Here we go.
And actually, lately, I've been putting a spoonful of wild garlic paste in there because I've got some in the fridge.
Come on.
And it's freaking delicious.
Yeah, that's it. It's good for your gut. It's good for everything. Like, come on.
Yeah, even my daughter likes it. If I slip a bit
I think that there's probably a very good miso ice cream that I haven't tasted.
Yes. I've made there's a lot of things in here. I made a cornflake cake.
Yeah.
So miso caramel cornflake cake.
Whoa.
With peanuts and chocolate topping.
Come on.
And that's freaking delicious.
That's crazy, boots.
So a little bit of salt,
I need a bit
of miso with the caramel.
Yeah.
Is the one.
Yeah, it's like that umami pop.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Use it like Marmite, spread it on toast.
Insane.
So, yeah, I'm
oh my God.
getting carried away. Yeah, I agree. It's delicious and really good for you. What a brilliant invention. Do you ever mix the two cultures together, or is that like sacrilege? Have you ever?
It's actually not sacrilege. It's actually a very good idea, but I have some ideas in my head that I've still never tried, and I don't really know why.
Now's the time.
What I really want to do is like a gyoza, but with a Jamaican-inspired filling. Because what I'm thinking is like jerk energy, right?
100%.
100% delicious. Like, why haven't I done that yet? But the only thing that I currently do now is sometimes I will do, this is also a very Japanese dish, but a curry noodle.
Yes.
But with a slightly different curry, not the Japanese curry. Because I like the Japanese curry, but it's not my favorite. You know, so it's okay.
Yeah. You prefer the Jamaican curry.
Jamaican curry is infinitely better because it's Jamaican curry. You know, it's like,
well, it's cooked with like all the meat juices are literally cook in with it. Like
it's got a much more depth and intensity and heat. Maybe I'll cook it with some meat this time. I don't cook meat very often, but occasionally, right? And then maybe there's some chickpeas and stuff in there, but then also like a rice noodle.
Great.
Yum.
Great. Yum.
Yeah, something like that. Or even like a classic ramen noodle. Those two together, perfect. That's kind of like my ideal dish is a curry noodle.
Okay. So that's your ideal in your mind's eye. Were there any dishes at home that seemed like they had a sort of mixture of both? You know, did your mum sort of Japanese up some of the food that your dad was cooking, or
Okay,
or was she?
I'll tell you one kind of disgusting remix, but actually it's kind of good. Is, you know, because we would eat rice mainly. Instead of having beans on toast, we would have beans on rice.
This is what I'm talking about. Yes.
Yeah, because it's actually fab.
Beans on rice. And whose decision is that? That was your mum's?
Who knows?
Okay, so, sorry, I have to ask, what sort of rice are we talking
Of
about?
course, it's sushi rice.
It was sushi rice.
It's the only rice we had, nishiki.
Okay, your dad was cooking.
We have a rice cooker, obviously,
Sure.
always.
Sure.
So there's always rice there. You're
Yes.
never thinking, oh no, where's the rice? The rice is there in the cooker.
God, what a lovely way to be. That's great. Okay.
Yeah. Aside from that, Dad also loved to cook very English things, you know, like sausages. Oh God, he loved sausages. And sometimes he'd get like wild boar sausages, and he'd be like, these ones are wild boar. And I'd be like, great, another sausage.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
We do like a sausage.
The English love a sausage.
Well, lots of Europe love sausages, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for all of those lovely, insightful pointers and tips.
You're welcome.
So my last question for you is, what 3 ingredients could you not live without?
Okay. Lao Gamma.
What is this?
Okay, so you know the like fermented red bean and chili oil?
Yes.
The ultimate ingredient.
Delicious.
Not having that, honestly. I haven't had that for the past few weeks and it's killing me.
You mean the one that's in like the red jar, the red label?
Yeah, exactly.
And you like the black bean one?
Yeah.
That one is the best.
That one is crazy.
It's like the texture of those delicious beans.
Because so that one's for cooking, right? You can use the other ones as garnish, but the ones with the beans, like when you use that when you're at the frying stage, when you fry something off, right? When you put it at that stage, it's like, oh my God.
Something.
Yeah.
But also it's good for seasoning as well, right?
You can. But the red bean one, I prefer to use that when I'm cooking. If I'm putting something for seasoning, I'll use the one with the peanuts.
Okay,
right?
So the red bean, I'm thinking the black bean stuff.
Oh, maybe it's the same one.
Okay.
I don't know. It's the bean one, right?
The bean one.
You can obviously have it on its own, but I prefer that one to be cooked into the dish.
Okay.
That goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that, oh my God, so I have like this particular hot Jamaican curry blend that I usually get. And everyone stopped selling it, but I managed to find the one offie.
What is it?
I don't know the brand label, but it's in a packet and it's hot Jamaican, like, you know, curry mix. Because they're not all made equal. And the actual mix, that superior curry mix is essential. And then miso.
Okay, great.
Those 3. And then I can basically, I'm good.
Sounds like an excellent trio.
Yeah.
Yuri, thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an absolute pleasure.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you found today's conversation as inspiring as I did. Head over to Roots Food Talk Substack for the recipes in today's episode. If you enjoyed the show, make sure to like, subscribe and leave a review. It helps us reach more people. And don't forget to follow us on social media to stay connected and get updates on new episodes. Massive shout out to my gorgeous guests, our fabulous editor Lucy, my good old friend Robin Jones for creating the jingle, and of course to you, the listeners. I'm Dixie and I'll catch you next time. Bye!